What up, it's your boy Dick Incredible, and this is Star Trek Strange New Worlds discussion slash review titled Lift Us Where Suffering Cannot Reach. And I gotta say, they tricked us with this episode, man. They gave us a nice little happy intermingling, and then they just hit us with some darkness. Let's talk about it, man.
I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings, I'ma be fine.
We start this episode off in the Magellan system where Pike has previously been before. I think he said it's roughly been about 10 years that he's been there. You know, like something was crashing, a star or something like that. So he's been here before. So we see that they're on their way to the Magellan system and they come across this shuttle that's being attacked by roughly a ship, but it's like maybe just a little bit bigger than the shuttle. But anyway, they're being attacked and they decide to intervene. And with them intervening, this other ship tried to shoot at the Enterprise, and it was nowhere near the size of the Enterprise. And like, oh my gosh, what you keep trying, you little ship. You try your hardest to take out the Enterprise, but it wasn't doing nothing. And they were firing back, and it just so happens that like when they got hit, like the trajectory kind of threw them off while they were firing back. So it actually ended up attacking the ship and grounding the ship on the nearby planet. But the strange thing is, with this being the case, Pike happens to bump into someone that he hasn't seen in a while, and it's a former love interest, and they're reunited, and it feels so good. Yeah, man. Pike met one of his former loves from the Magellan system, and they seem like to hit it off pretty good. But in this entire thing, I feel like something's off, because the entire time while she's on the ship, and you know, Pike and everybody's trying to get answers out of her, you know, she's beating around the bush, she's going around about it this way, she's not really quite explaining anything. And every time they try to interject, you know, she's got this weird excuse that, you know, our planet isn't a part of Starfleet, so we don't really allow outsiders to intervene and stuff like that. So every time they wanted to help or assist, you know, there was some kind of catch going on. But Pike told her that, you know, hey, we're Starfleet and they attacked us, so we have no choice but to actually investigate now that they attacked us. So long story short, they investigate and they find these little clues that something is going on pertaining to their planet with their customs about this little kid that's now the new hierarchy ruler of this new planet. Well, not new planet, but their planet. What's strange is because with this episode, you know, Pike's former love interest being reintroduced, all of the scientific medical advances going on with this planet where they don't have any kind of sickness because of the biometrics inside their body and everything. This is the perfect opportunity for Pike and Mbanga's daughter, and they tease us with that this entire episode. You know, Mbanga, you know, learning about this kid and him not being able to get sick, or anybody having any sickness, you know, this could possibly help my daughter. And I was like, wow, dude, this could be actually really, really great for Mbanga. And that's what they teased us with the entire episode. And then we have Pike, you know, kind of reconnecting with his former love interest, Alora, and, you know, them getting their thing on. I see you, Pike. But he even told her about, you know, well, in 10 years time, you know, something's going to happen, and Starfleet's best medical people can't fix me. It's just going to be one of those things that I'm just going to be tormented and messed up forever. And she gave him the nice idea, floated it out there, that, you know, that you can come here where our medical scientists and everything is super advanced and everything, but you can't be an outsider. So she was trying to convince him to stay. But like, now thinking about this, you know, I realized that, you know, well, this might actually be pretty good for Pike. You know, it could help him in the long run, since he's so bent on, you know, eventually saving those kids and sacrificing himself regardless of the future, you know, because the future can be changed, but Pike doesn't want to change it as of right now. And so they teased us the entire time with this story for Mbanga's daughter and for Pike's, you know, future mission, you know, could possibly be saved with the Magellan planet or whatever. So the entire time, me wrapping my head around it, I was like, okay, this could be pretty good for both of them, man. We also have Uhura being shuffled around the ship, you know, doing different posts. We see this week she's with La'an being part of the security officer team. So it's nice to see Uhura take on all these different things, but it really came in handy this week because they had some information from the ship that needed to be translated, and if they went through the official channels, things would have took a little bit longer. So Law just gave it to Uhura for her to solve and figure it out, since she speaks 37 different languages. So you can do this. This is no trouble for you. So it was nice to see Uhura be a part in all these other things. Number one and Spock and everybody else, like they and Chapel as well, they had their moments this episode, but they really wasn't focused on them. We were focused on Pike, M'Banga, La'an, Uhura, and Alora in the Magellan planet system. So with all this going on and all this new up-to-date information that we have, we see that one member of the Magellan Royal Guards or whatever really wasn't feeling what was going on with, this whole kid, because they knew part of the story that we didn't know. We didn't see everything until the ending of the episode. So going into this, we're thinking that, oh my gosh, these people are so horrible. They don't want this little boy to succeed. And we find out that they cast some other, well, they didn't cast them. They have other people on another planet that's a couple light years away from their planet, and they're against what was actually going on the entire time, which is they were sacrificing kids to make their planet run, because there's rivers of lava on the bottom of their planet. Dude, that is horrendous, man. They tricked us so much with this episode. Going into this episode, like I said, with M'Banga and Pike and everything, it felt like it was a joyous occasion, and I knew something was going to go wrong, to be fair, but it felt like we could, see a little hope for the future, and then boom, bam, all the way through the entire story until right there at the end, they just shift everything, man, and they just crush my polar heart in my world, man, because this kid, he was so adamant about, being, the little ruler guy and being chosen, until he actually saw what it was. Now, he didn't back out, mind you, but once he saw the other body all shriveled up and burned up and stuff like that, he was a little perturbed. And I mean, rightfully so. Pike tried to stop him, but dude, we didn't even get a happy ending. Normally, and stuff like this, with it being a show and everything, you'd get a nice little happy ending. We didn't get that this time, man. The kid was actually sacrificed. Pike couldn't actually help him, but the people from the other planet and the kid's biological father and everything decided they're going to step up and try to save the next one, because, at this point, man, it's just, the kid was smart too. He was so nice and kind, and just to see him go out like that, man, was a little heartbreaking. And that's what I mean by this episode being just wrong, because they tricked us, man. We had this nice little momentous occasion going on with M'Banga and Pike, with possibly having a way to save M'Banga's daughter and Pike, and then they just show us this dread and darkness at the end of the episode. But 'tis space, man. You're not always going to have a happy ending. But the episode was nice. It wasn't great, but it was a nice episode, and the tidbits that we did get to see, man. This is your boy Dick Incredible. Don't forget to smash the like button till you can't smash any more. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them and subscribe, but only if you really want to. Peace out.
All out, and I am here to stay right now, so don't call it